Hey there, everybody. Thanks for joining me for another one-man review. Today I'll be taking a look at a short little piece by an artist I really like, who I don't think we've talked about on the channel before, but an artist whose design sensibilities especially really tickle me, and someone who I've seen been doing really interesting material experiments with stamps lately on Instagram, which inspired me a bit. So this is Faster by Jesse Lonergan. This is, I think, a self-published piece, but he had work come out from Image. Hydra, I think, was the name of the book, and a couple other things I've seen working with Mike Mignola on some Hellboy stuff as well. So an artist that I think a lot of people are paying attention to, and this is a really cool, just little self-published piece. It looks like a risograph to me. Just the quality of the print here, I think, is risograph. You see the opening sequence here with some really interesting color effects achieved with the inks in the risograph process. And this is very much, it's faster. It's just basically about a car race, and you get introduced to some of the characters in the race. So I just want to go through and show some of the images I like and the design sensibilities that I like. There are definitely pages like this that remind me a bit of Guido Crepaw and the way he uses grids and stuff in his work. But one of the things that I think really captured me immediately in reading Hydra and looking at a lot of Lonergan's other work is the interest in using arcs and curves in storytelling and in composition. So a page like this is really beautiful, where you have like all of these different curves kind of cycling on top of each other for narrative purpose, like the engine revving, the go sign being waved, and then the tire taking off. There's a real sense of like motion building up in the composition. Here's, you get some of this, again, like tweaked and twisted grids that I would expect from Guido Crepaw, that are also kind of like what Scott McCloud calls aspect to aspect transitions, but also like just picking out little moments within a scene. But they're not necessarily 100% sequential. It's just giving you a look at the vibe of what's going on, and the composition adds to that. And I think that's all really beautiful. Like you can see, it's just energetic everywhere. Really beautiful, like brushwork all throughout, dry brush work, really beautiful cartooning. Just absolutely love this stuff. Here you're getting introduced to some of the characters and the place they came in the race, but also again some really awesome compositions. Whereas you have two different characters, you're getting one image here that looks like one image in the pit stop, but you can tell, that they're different teams assembling it, different color cars. Just really, really formally, visually appealing all throughout. And then this page has the type of stuff that really appealed to me in Hydra, which are these arcs going across compositions. So I think this is really cool, just having this like black panel with the arc across it. And also you see the pileup of color because of the Riso printing. There's like this color is a little bit different from this color, so way that the colors are trapped. There's very subtle things going on. And then the ability to print like spot colors, like this really hot orange here, is really, really interesting as well. And then also that allows the page to flow like this, and then you can come in and either read these two, or you can read this and across like that, and it all really works. So beautiful little project. An artist who I'm definitely like seeking out more stuff. I think there's a couple of books I've missed, but an artist I think very well worth paying attention to. Someone who's synthesizing a lot of really, really cool artists from the past, and I think adding a very particular look that I haven't seen anyone else do, that I associate totally with this artist in terms of design. This is another good example here. Just these diagrams of like motion and action becoming part of the composition that are really beautiful. So Jesse Lonergan, someone I'm really stoked on and very happy to have a copy of Faster. Solid Yellow, Path of the Shades by Clarence Doss is a really cool ongoing project that Living the Line will be producing. Clarence is a PhD student from Fiji who's studying the myths of Fiji for his doctoral thesis. And part of that study project is that he's producing these comics. They're kind of like Hellboy, where there's these little short stories that capture all of these different mythologies. But then he's using that to wrap the project into his doctoral thesis, and then provide educational material where people can come to these comics. They don't have to read his PhD thesis. They can come to the comics and get a more consumable version of the mythology of Fiji.
Make sure to like, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell.